Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose. This is season 2, episode 31. How's everybody doing tonight? And on this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, wonderful, and raggedy. So, how's everyone doing tonight? I can get everything going. And I'll have my guest introduce herself. It was one other person coming, but she'll be in later.
Hi, everybody. My name is Madam. You can subscribe and follow on YouTube for Melanin Madam and also on TikTok and Instagram. I am a CEO of a nonprofit, YouTube channel, project manager, and HR consultant. Amen.
Oh, what happened, Aisha? I'm like, oh, what happened? Hey, Tia, how was your day today in Texas? How is the weather out there? So, like I said, we have one more guest coming on. She'll be here in a minute. So we'll just start into the hot topics. And it still is Black History Month. And I really did have my little African dress that I was supposed to wear, but I felt like my chest was showing too much. So I had took it off and put on another Aquarius shirt, but you really can't see what it says. Let me see. Level of Savage, low, medium, Aquarius. Oh, it ain't even Aquarius season no more, huh?
It's Aquarius season until we say it's over.
I just thought about that.
It did end on the 18th, though, but I mean,
Yeah, it did. Okay, well, whatever. It's still February. It's still February. I just thought about it when I was like Aquarius, and I'm like, oh, it's Pisces season. But that's what they get for having it in the month of February. Happy birthday to all the Pisces out there. Happy birthday to all you guys. High pressure. Can you hear us, Precious?
I'm sorry, guys. I was muted. What's happening? Hi, guys.
Would you like
hey.
to introduce yourself?
I mean, everybody knows me. My name is So. Precious if you're nasty. No, I'm just playing. It's just me.
Girl.
Already.
Okay, right.
Already.
I will keep my
So
mic
Tia said it
muted.
was Tia said it was 80 in Texas today. So now I said bye bye Aquarius. Don't do us. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. I said happy birthday to all the Pisces, but it's still Aquarius. Okay, so make sure everybody on here tonight like, subscribe, and share if you're having a good time. So we're gonna get right into the hot topics. Um, this is well, I'll let y'all see. Let me not even start tonight. I'm gonna do good.
I was born, I was HIV positive. And when I turned 5, I had symptoms of AIDS. I had fungus in my brain, blood infections, pneumonia. I went cold blue a couple of times.
What's the hardest part for you, Hadia?
When your friends die, a lot of my friends that have died of AIDS, no one really knows how long anybody's gonna live because I don't put myself like, oh, you have AIDS, or I could go outside and get hit by a bus tomorrow, and you never know. If you stay in your bed and feel sorry for yourself and don't get up with the birds and just sit there and say, well, I'm gonna die, why get up and try and make a difference? But when you say, well, today's another day, I can get up, I can do something, make something positive.
So I want to give my condolences to Hadia's family. Do y'all remember her from when we was kids?
I remember her.
Yeah, so she passed away today at the age of 39.
Oh, wow.
She made it to 39 after living with HIV since birth. At birth, Hadia was abandoned at the University Medical Center in Southern Nevada in Las Vegas, where Patricia and Lauren Broadbent adopted her as an infant. Although her HIV condition was congenital, she was not diagnosed with HIV. She was not diagnosed HIV positive with advancement to age until the age of 3. So she didn't really have, AIDS until 3, but she had HIV when she was born. The prognosis, damn, I hate when I be nervous at the beginning. The prognosis said that she wouldn't live past the age of 5. So you see, she made it to 39, and she spent the rest of her life spreading the message of HIV and AIDS and awareness and prevention. So to me, I feel like she lived her life and she did what she was supposed to do, because she wasn't even supposed to make it past 5. So she lived her life, and condolences to her and her family. I'll just be wondering, how is it like she lived a long time, but how is it like my Magic Johnson and all them just don't have it no more? But they always say that he really didn't have it. They just told us that he had it. Did y'all hear that?
I never heard that before.
I did hear
that question.
Because it's like he the only one that we know. Him and somebody else that they said supposedly had AIDS and then they was cured. But then again,
he didn't have AIDS. He had HIV.
Oh, yep. You know what? That is true. It was HIV, but still,
that just means
I don't believe he had it.
Yeah, he still was the only one that was cured. Everybody else that has HIV, you could live with it forever, long as you take your medication and everything. But it's just like, come on now.
Just think,
he's the only one on the planet ever.
Exactly.
Mm.
What you say, Precious?
I say, just think, people could live with it now and it's undetectable. Like, it's
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So she's still like, that's why I said it was a blessing that she was even able to live 39 years. So that's
with such an optimistic outlook on life. That is good.
Yeah, I was happy she was even able to live that long and then be able to spread awareness and everything. So, like I said, my condolences to her and her family. The next thing that I want to talk about, I know you guys seen this, but if you didn't, the 30-year-old mother who allowed her 5-year-old daughter to do Brazilian waxes has been arrested and charged with child abuse.
What the heck?
Y'all didn't hear about this story?
I never. No.
Yes.
So I did hear about it, but I laughed and thought about you first because of what I called you the other day. And you was like, remember, you was like, yeah. And I'm like, Ro, did you hear what I just said? And you like, yeah. So then when I heard that, I was like, see, people be watching.
Okay, her name is Jasmine Moss. She's 30 years old. She's charged with child neglect and child abuse. Police discovered that Moss was allowing her 5-year-old to do Brazilian waxes after Moss posted disturbing images of her child waxing women with their legs spread out. She wrote, oh my goodness. She wrote that her daughter waxed 24 clients over a span of 8 hours, and she made $750. She was operating out of her house, though, so she wasn't in an office or somewhere building. She was operating out of her house. She stated that she was passing down deeds and LLC to her offspring. First and foremost, if I was one of them 24 clients, I would have never let a 5-year-old wax me. I don't care if you say I could get my waxes for free that day. I'm not about to let a 5-year-old wax me. Now, I do understand her saying that she's trying to pass down deeds and LLC and probably, how to have work ethics, but you
could have did underarms or something else.
She could have did,
and you can't let her work for 8 hours.
But your private area, like, that's a very them people, whoever let her wax them, they need to be in trouble too. How do y'all feel about this?
I wonder if they will be in trouble. I know she's gonna be in trouble for making her daughter work for 8 hours, because that's child labor law too. But I wonder if they will be in trouble because she touched they no special place.
But not so far they haven't. It's just her. What you think, Precious?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if she wanted to teach her work ethic, she could have started her off by cleaning off the tables when the clients was finished,
Right. She could have checked them in and everything, gave them snacks while they waited, anything but waxing their private areas. And literally, she had the pictures. So that's why I'm like, is her clients on the yellow bus or something?
It's like some Pizzagate stuff. Like it was probably a little organization or something. Like, because that's not something you normally hear. Like, it sounds.
Yeah, I'm like, the black people.
Everybody want to break the internet.
But that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, we used to always think like, oh, we know it's them. doing it. But now we don't know because it's us too. Like
Yeah.
we out there doing stupid stuff. We can't even say that it's the others now. Like
Because everybody want to go viral.
Yeah.
everybody, and you viral and in jail. You and just think, where's your daughter now? Like you have to think about the stuff you post on the internet. Now we don't know if she has a father around or anything, but now your daughter is without her mom. I'm pretty sure she probably was able to get bail, but still weird. They all need to get back. They all weird and know better. Yeah.
I would never let a baby touch me. That doesn't even make sense to me. Is it? Is that child pornography or child? Because she put it on the right, and plus because she put it on TikTok, then that took it to the media part. They could layer the hell out of that.
It was still blurred out, but I don't know if it was just blurred out on us. But I'm pretty sure if she put it on her social media account, they're not about to let her show no private part. So
no, I mean just because you showed her really in that space, you know, like with soft porn or something like that, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it like that. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna make
anything. It would be lewd acts, like
Okay.
Oh, yep.
I'm like, it's something under sex because you showing the image of it.
Yeah.
That is true. So we'll try to keep updated on that and see what happens to her if they're gonna throw the book at her for that. But she do need to have some repercussions. But I do not feel like she should go to jail for that. If anything, she needs to be in some kind of therapy or parenting class. Because what is jail going to do for her for that? I don't think she should have went to jail.
I mean, hell, what the hell?
She needs to do some kind of parenting.
Putting her child in a compromising position like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know what all you're introducing her to. And then hell, go put her in jail because she didn't even think about long-term mental effects of how this would affect the child. Like her going to jail is temporary. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like that. Go to
jail and a parenting class. Because her just going to jail ain't gonna do.
You're not thinking soundly.
Yeah, her going to jail ain't gonna do nothing like that. Ain't gonna do. So she needs to have some kind of parenting. And I guess now the little girl gonna have to be in therapy. Yeah.
I'm muted.
She's 5 years old, and she could say she was out there waxing people private already.
Maybe the mom thought because we all have the same thing, it wasn't that big a deal. I would like to think she didn't. No, she just didn't think it all the way out. But
she did.
It wasn't men; it was women. So maybe she was thinking.
Women are predators too.
No. What I'm saying,
they are.
Oh, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, her seeing something. She didn't see something different than. I don't know. I'm trying to give the woman the benefit of the doubt because that don't make sense. And to put it on the internet, it just doesn't. I can't make it make sense.
Advertising, like you know.
Like she was proud.
Like how she was very proud. You see,
she was proud of her.
She was very proud. She was saying that she's passing down deeds in LLC.
Yeah. So unless you know she was. Who knows what her past is? I don't know. It's so hard because she was proud of her. Like, look at my daughter. I'm showing my daughter how to take care of business.
Why not start with eyebrows?
I agree.
Like, she wouldn't even be able to do my eyebrows. You could do my arms or something. You're not doing my eyebrows.
Yeah, legs.
You're not about to do my private part. You're not about to do none of that.
No.
Check me in for your mama. That's it.
Right. That would have been cute.
Check me in. That's all you could do. Okay, so the next story we're going to get into, I know y'all probably heard about this. I don't know. But a Florida officer with PTSD resigns after mistaking acorns for gunshots. The officer then pulls his weapon and fires at a car while a person was handcuffed inside. So he's able to resign after that. First and foremost, nobody with PTSD needs to be an officer.
That's half the force.
No, but they should. Well, they don't need to be officers because if you scared, if an acorn drop on a car and you think it's gunshots and he emptied his whole clip.
Yeah, that was wrong.
You don't need to be no officer.
If anything, they should be looking into what else he's done. If he was doing, like, it was almost a test. Like, let me see what all I can get away with.
And then he's able to just resign with no repercussions. Like, that's just like me saying I want to be a police officer. I know it ain't no way I'll be able to put me as a secretary on the desk. I would not be able to deal with no gunshots and hearing anything that sounds like that. So why would I be out on the force and you hear an acorn drop and you just...
And just think,
did y'all know?
Police officers are, I'm sorry. A lot of police officers are military, like, you know, like been in the military.
That's a good one. They should have to go through some type of therapy and stuff first for PTSD. But did y'all know that because he resigned, he can actually reapply? He's not prohibited from being an officer.
What?
Just move to a different state. That's what they be doing.
He can reapply.
That's crazy. She said, you know, they hide stuff like that because of they so-called brotherhood or whatever they call that situation. But still, I didn't know that he was able to. But that's what I'm saying. They able to do stuff. They probably told him resign while it's still out because in a couple of months, you know how people are. It'll die down. And he'll be able to get right back on the force and shoot up somebody else when something drop on the ground.
He probably getting paid while he off too.
Yeah.
Like he could go on disability, you know.
They probably just told us he resigned. He probably didn't even resign. So we'll see how that goes. I sure didn't know that they able to reapply again. That's crazy. Okay, so our last hot topic. I at first I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I feel like it's scandalous. So y'all heard about Chris Brown, how they invited him to play on the NBA All-Star Weekend, be on the basketball team. I think he was supposed to be on Lil Wayne's team. They asked him all his information, said what hotel and all his everything that was going to go on that weekend. They had it already prepared for him. A couple of days later, they emailed him back and said the sponsors, well, really, they said Ruffles, didn't want him to be a part of it. So they had to tell him that he couldn't be a part of the All-Star basketball team, but they still wanted him to sit courtside, but it didn't have nothing to do with him. It was the sponsors Ruffle. So Chris Brown basically was saying he's tired of having to still go through, like, they still making him pay for something he did when he was 17 years old. And I honestly feel that is not fair. Like, it's other people that have did stuff while they was adults and they let them pass. But he did this as a teenager and y'all still making him pay for this. Yeah. And then Ruffles had the nerve to get on IG and out of all places in the shade room, and it was Ruffles. I don't know if it was really Ruffles or not. It was.
That looked very that looks so unprofessional. We hearing about it with you. I was like, that's not even a full sentence.
Girl, I was like, is this for real Ruffles on here talking about they didn't know nothing about?
That's how you know
we finding out what you
running their
somebody else running their stuff. But I just feel like that's unfair to Chris Brown. How do y'all feel about that situation? He still has to pay for this for years later. Rihanna forgave him and everything. So why can't everybody else? So how do y'all feel about that?
If Rihanna not in trouble, he shouldn't be.
I feel bad for him. I mean, I feel like it's unfair, but that's just like everything in America, especially when it deals with Black people, Black men who the public have watched him make a huge mistake, you know? So they're unforgiving to Black people, but not Donald Trump. They almost, like, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It's just, it's too much.
Well, it's like Chris Brown was a human sacrifice or something, because that baby been going
like
through it.
He must ain't kissing somebody ass good enough.
It's something.
What's his name? Suge. Now, you know, he been messy since he been in jail doing his podcast from jail. He said that he felt like that they wrong for doing Chris Brown like that. Also, he was like, it's other people that have done the same thing and get icon awards. Y'all know who
like Dr. Dre.
About. Yep. Yep. He was like, get icon awards. He was like Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson. All these people have abused women and nobody canceled them. But y'all been canceling Chris Brown since that happened when he was 16, 17 years old.
I don't agree.
He can choose your outrage and stuff. I wish they would just let him live, because at the end of the day, he's the greatest since Michael Jackson. Like, can't nobody take that away from him. The more they try to take that away from him, it's just like the more
better he
the
is.
Black community will support him, because it's like we see them blackballing him. And just with people coming out and saying that that's how Hollywood is, they're known to blackball. It's just like we watching it live and direct. And then it almost makes you think, does Jay-Z still have something to do with this? Like who
He do.
you know what I'm saying? Who's behind the scene pulling the strings like that? And then
He
hell,
didn't do something they wanted.
you feel
He
me?
That's
did.
what I said. He not a blind. I cannot talk tonight. Jesus Christ. He's not doing what they want them to do. Shit.
It's like, yeah, that's crazy. But eventually, you can only hold somebody down for so long. And when Chris Brown already still been doing good just with his own fans, like, you know, when they do let him
anytime they
out.
try to do that, he still be on
But
top
it's
of
been
it.
so long, though. Can you imagine? It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. I think that is unfair. Like they said, Rihanna didn't forget, so why can't everybody else? And then they always say, well, that's not the only person he abused. Like, come on, and I'm not condoning abuse relationships, but look at this. Y'all was paying Krishan and Blueface to fight each other, and nobody was trying to cancel them.
Well,
That's so true. A whole Hollywood had a sex couch and a known abuser.
Yeah,
y'all and all this stuff.
Y'all setting stuff up, paying them millions of dollars.
that's the only talent they actually have.
Exactly. When
Right.
them the main people that needed to be canceled, but they wasn't canceled. Y'all
Gave them shows and everything.
Right.
To be fools in public and fight each other.
Yeah.
Damn. All this bad girl club stuff and all of that.
That's why
That is so true.
I don't watch none of that.
I don't either.
I watch it only for so long because even I be getting like, okay, this is enough. I'm feeling like my brain cells are already dying. Like, you know, but it is entertaining from time to time because at least you know it's not completely scripted. Some of that stuff do be
Girl,
just wild,
and some of it is not completely scripted because they doing, they feeding you alcohol and weed and all that stuff for you, and then put you in an environment where you know people don't like you.
They doing the same thing that the housewives do. They doing the same thing that every other reality show is doing. It's just it's an all black network, and because it's all black network. It draws attention. But get out of here on Beverly Hills Housewives. Them white girls be on there getting toe up and fighting too. Get the heck out of here.
That's true. No, that is true. And
Teresa was flipping tables over, calling people prostitutes and whores. So like, no, we're not just gonna zoom in on them. I mean, like, yeah, it's almost like we have a microscope on us when we do show up and show out, but we're not the only ones doing it. But we're the only ones who get talked about, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, he shouldn't still have to pay for stuff that he did so long ago.
That's yeah. Back to Chris. Yeah, I'm with him. Let him live.
Yeah, like let him live. Okay, so that was our hot topics for today. So make sure you guys remember to like, share, and subscribe. Then we're going to get into our little Black History facts you should know, and then we're going to get into our main topic because, you know, that's a lot right there. So let y'all see y'all history for today.
They didn't teach you in history class. Solomon Northup was born free in New York. In 1841, the 33-year-old married father of 3 went to Washington, D.C. for a music performance. There, he was drugged, kidnapped, and sold into slavery. He spent 12 years as a slave before regaining his freedom on January 3, 1853. Later that year, he would tell his life story by releasing the book 12 Years a Slave. He spent the remainder of his life as a carpenter and abolitionist before dying in 1864.
Did y'all know that?
No, I had no idea.
That's crazy, ain't it? I didn't know that's where 12 Years a Slave came from.
Well,
I didn't know it was a real person.
I didn't know the person, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, these is all the stuff that we don't know. Let me see. She said, I don't watch it. They got our community looking bad because that's how they see us, but capitalizing on it. And that's very true. That's very true. They do.
I don't watch either.
Okay, here's the next one.
Black history that isn't taught in schools. Ever heard of the real McCoy? That phrase originated from a man named Elijah McCoy. Born in 1844 in Canada to fugitive slaves who had escaped via the Underground Railroad, Elijah's interest in mechanics was evident from a young age. His parents, recognizing his potential, sent him to Scotland for an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering. Upon his return, he faced racial barriers that prevented him from working as an engineer. Undeterred, he took a job as a fireman and oiler for the Michigan Central Railroad. It was here that he invented a superior automatic oiling system for steam locomotives. This invention was so effective that it allowed trains to run continuously without stopping for maintenance, revolutionizing the industry. His products were so sought after that people specifically asked for the real McCoy. His legacy extends beyond his inventions, as he embodies the spirit of perseverance and innovation. Remember, when you hear the real McCoy, you're hearing the echo of a man who changed the world against all odds.
And I didn't know that's where the real McCoy came from.
Me neither. Wow, good job, bro.
I'm like, why did we not know this stuff? Or was we not paying attention in school? I don't think that they was teaching us this stuff.
No, they didn't. They didn't teach it. So we just thought certain things were sayings, but we didn't know like where the
Yeah,
sayings
like
came.
that's really where it came from. Okay, this is the last one.
In 1856, Margaret Garner, a slave born on a Kentucky plantation, escaped with her husband, their 4 children, and a handful of other slaves. Their plan was to travel further north to secure freedom for themselves and their children. When their escape was noticed, the plantation owner began the hunt for them all. Everyone successfully escaped except for the Garners. Just as they were about to be recaptured, Margaret made the decision to kill her 4 children and herself. She grabbed a knife and successfully slit the throat of her 2-year-old daughter Mary, wounded the others, and was in the process of taking her own life. Death was a better option than allowing her family to become enslaved once more. Margaret was charged with the murder of her daughter Mary, but as she was a slave, she was viewed as property that could not be tried. The family was later sold. On the way to their new owners, the boat they were traveling on crashed, causing Margaret and her remaining daughter to be thrown overboard. Margaret survived, but her daughter drowned, and it's said that Margaret was delighted that her daughter did not make it because she'd no longer have to suffer the life of a slave.
That ain't all that stuff crazy.
Heck yeah. They should
Like
continue to tell stories. Like, you know how people get tired, say they're tired of hearing slave stories, but there's so many stories that have not been told. I feel like they should tell them all. Hell.
Yeah, I said maybe I can still keep doing this because when I be looking at this stuff, I'm like, dang, I didn't even know that. But just think, imagine you killing your kids because you don't want them to go back to slavery.
That's how bad. That's the ultimate sacrifice right there.
Yeah. She was happy that her daughter drowned because she wouldn't have to go back. Like, I couldn't even imagine living in those slave days. Like, I literally couldn't imagine because, first of all, I know I would have been out there picking cotton because I'm dark.
Me too. We both would have been.
Girl, you would have been in the house.
Yeah,
Not unless you was white. You had to be damn near white to be in the house.
You had to be light. Well, yeah, you probably would have
Paper bag.
Just
you probably would have been not out there as I don't know. I guess we all would have been out there picking cotton. That would have been ready to. I'm just so happy that I was blessed. We blessed not to live in that day and time because that mess back then was too crucial. So, okay, now we are going to get in our main topic. Who the F did I marry? Now, you guys know this is a TikTok mini series. Look, a 50-part mini series. This girl literally uploaded 50 10-minute videos. So that lets you know how long this is. And think of how our attention span is nowadays. And she had people glued in from 1 to 50. 1 to 50. That's over 7 hours worth of content. And people was glued in. I know me, I'm falling asleep, waking up, we have to rewind it. Like, I'm like, it's so good that you didn't want to stop.
You know, it was good. I'm still in the middle of it. I had put it on
because sometimes you got to go back and listen to the other parts. But what was making me mad is when she was doing her live, you could tell the people that didn't watch the whole thing because they asked the stupid questions. Like, if y'all didn't watch the whole thing, y'all shouldn't even be able to come on the live and ask any questions. So I just did a little bit of it. It's kind of long. I might turn it off before, but I'll let y'all see a little bit of what.
And welcome. we all know why you're here. You're here for part of the new series that I am calling Who the Fuck Did I Marry? I'm going to create this playlist series, and I'm going to tell the story of how I met, dated, married, and divorced a real pathological liar. This is my introduction slash disclaimer video. First and foremost, I'm going to be truthful, even if it makes me look bad. I'm going to be honest, but I'm also not going to be disrespectful to anyone that was involved. I'm not going to use people's real names because I don't have their permission to do so, and the sister does not want any sort of litigation. Talking. Mind you, our first date was March 7th. And within about 2.5 weeks, Brian Kemp, our governor, shut Georgia down. We were going to be on lockdown. So during those 2.5 weeks, we talked every day. We went out again at Red Lobster. I remember Red Lobster. But everything was going great. The issue was, where are we going to quarantine? So the question was, are we going to quarantine at his place, which he had like a studio type of situation. Like, it clearly, where he was staying, I was like, it's like a studio apartment, but he kept telling me like, this is temporary because I'm looking for a house. Like, he showed me the email from a woman who worked at the company, where she was out on maternity leave, but she was putting him in contact with a realtor to help him find a townhome or a single family house. Did I marry? So we agreed to do marriage counseling. I had found a pastor and his wife who agreed to do our counseling, basically. Our counseling was going to be on Zoom, and it was going to be every other week, every other Tuesday. Initially, Legion was participating in it. His body language seemed to be that he was open and receptive to the marriage counseling. Now, the pastor and his wife were deeply concerned at the fact that we had only been married 3 months, and we were already dealing with some form of infidelity. We were in marriage counseling, and as the pastor would put it, there seems to not be any sort of intimacy. Get a joint bank account. What he wanted to do was to each one of us have our own account, and to get a joint account for our money to go in there for joint expenses. Now, up until this point, he had been paying the rent, the utilities, and I really was just paying for my stuff. So now he's suggesting, look, we're married now, let's go ahead and get a joint account. I wasn't necessarily against it because I knew that I would still have my own account. I would still have my own savings. So what I countered with was, okay, let's take a look and see what we're working with. Show me your checking. Let's look at each other's accounts. Look at what we have currently. He was cool with that. So he shows me his checking account. His checking account available balance was it was just over $9,600. Mine was just over $1,500. So there was a huge disparity in the amounts. And so he logged in on the phone and turned it towards me, and I could see available checking, available balance, just over $9,600. I logged into my savings. I showed him how much I had in savings. He picked up his phone, logged into his Chase savings, turned the phone towards me. In the Chase savings, it was roughly about $15,000. But I also knew that he told me he had a U.S. bank savings and he had an offshore savings. So at this point in time, I asked him, show me the U.S. bank savings, show me the other two accounts. He would not do it. This became a huge bone of contention. Who the fuck did I marry? So the aftermath. There are some realizations I had to come to after the divorce and everything had passed. One, Legion never loved me. He never loved me. He doesn't love himself, so I know he didn't love me. Number two, he didn't even like me. He watched me get excited about things that he knew I was not going to get. And not even just the possession stuff. Like, of course, we know I was excited to be the woman whose husband is like, I'm taking my wife to London. Made the decision to tell my story. My motive was, I just want to help one person. If there is a woman out there who's like, God, I want to be married and I met this guy and something don't seem right, but, maybe it's not that bad. My advice is, honey, just go ahead and do your research, because I can honestly tell you, being single sucks, okay? In my opinion, sometimes it sucks, but being married to the wrong person is a type of hell no one should have to go through. You should not have to be married to someone that does not like you. You should not have to be married to someone that doesn't even love you. And I know what that is like. I know what it's like to be told, hey, babe, I love you. And yet, I swear, I think that man sat back in the recliner with his WWE Championship Roman Reigns belt and laughed his ass off at me every day. Like, damn, she really believed that.
So that was just something. I can't even, it was so many stuff I wanted to choose from. I didn't even know where to go. But I really felt, okay. First of all, I'm going to get on to Legion. Do y'all know, said it last night on Asia show. Do y'all know what the word Legion actually means? Do any of y'all know in the comments what it means? Precious, do you know what it means? I already told Asia yesterday, so she knows. Do you know, Precious?
No, what does it mean?
Well, let's see if anybody else know in the comments. Do anybody in the comments know what Legion means? It's from the Bible.
Oh, Lord. Take
a wild guess.
Well, it can't be whore, because that's Jezebel.
Alondra got it right. It's a group of demons.
Oh my gosh. Tell me why I immediately thought of that Jeezy song, and he'd be like, I got some super friends in the Legion of Doom. Oh my gosh, he has some demons. Wow.
Okay, so that's why she said, I called him Legion. Everybody that knows me knows that I called him that. I'm like, oh, he ain't no joke. For you to even make that his nickname, like, he's not a game. Alondra said, my daddy is a pastor, y'all. Because nobody else didn't know. Okay, so she did this 50-part series on TikTok that's taking everybody by storm. So, like she said, they first met online. I can't remember which one it was. Which one was it? I can't remember. But the second one was him. She's seen him on 2 profiles. So they ended up talking for a little bit. They ended up saying they was going to go to Cheesecake Factory. On her way to Cheesecake Factory, she had a blowout. That was red flag number 1. He came, got her another tire, and they still went to Cheesecake Factory. So basically, after that, they was inseparable. This is during COVID time. They were seeing each other for the next 2 weeks, and then it went into quarantine where we couldn't go nowhere. So they said, okay, we got to figure out whose house we gonna be at. Already, that was too fast. Red flag number 2. Y'all only know each other for 2 weeks, and y'all already about to move in with each other because it's quarantine. It ain't like, we all did have to stay in the house then, but y'all still could have talked to each other and came to each other's house and left. Like, you didn't. That was moving too fast. So tell me, what you ladies, did you think that from the beginning, she had red signs, like from the very beginning? You know how sometimes you don't have any red flags. What do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like she had red flags from the beginning?
I think the only red flag that she had was when she saw his profile twice on on the dating app. I think that was really it.
And it said a different name.
Everything else was kind of like it was like how she said intoxicated, and how she had never dealt with that, like just the fact that he had went and got the tire. When she said that, I was like, oh, okay. He had me right there, like, all right. And then they went out to eat and all that stuff, like, you know.
That's what I said. I can't take. The only thing is he was a habitual liar. Now, and he was love bombing her.
That's what I thought.
That was my red flag.
Love bombing her, and he was doing so much. So I've seen men online was like, well, he was doing everything for her. Why is she mad? He was paying her rent. He was doing all this. But you doing all that, but you're literally lying every damn day. Like, you're lying about stuff you don't even have to lie about.
Right.
You said that you played professional football at the arena football player. I had to look up and see how much money they made, because he's been saying that since the first 2 wives.
You was a great. You
and
was
the other wife, he told the other wife he played for Dallas Cowboys. My thing, and another thing I think she did, she worked for law enforcement. So if you work for law enforcement and you're able to get online, like, you can look at everybody's stuff. Even if she didn't have access to them, I'm pretty sure that her police friends, if she tell them to look up her stuff, they can't look it up.
You can, but not like that. So those of us that have access to I have access to everybody in California's information. If I go into somebody's stuff, an alert will go up. If it wasn't it's like a whole system that's built that can tell if you had a reason to do that.
Oh yeah.
So no, you can't just do that, because it would be very unsafe for somebody. But the red flags for me was 3 things. It was the 2 different profiles. If you're dating with intention, you're playing games. He talked too much and told all the business on the first date. And then for me, because I'm an Aquarius and I don't have no sense, him playing that stupid song when she got in the car, I Think I Found My Wife. I'd have got out that car like, stranger danger, he's gonna kidnap me.
Real, like, you ain't found your wife, boy, and we just met. Like, shut the hell up. Like, you.
And she said it was a sign from God. No, he pressed play, crazy. But that was it.
And you fell for it super fast. Like, if somebody did that, I would be looking at them like, nigga, please. Like,
I wouldn't have even held hands. We wouldn't have held hands. Why are you touching me?
On the first day, y'all holding hands, walking in the Cheesecake Factory.
Within hours of meeting each other, I don't even be wanting people to text me. Come on now.
And it was COVID.
Alondra said the imaginary relatives on the phone took me out. That right there.
I was like, that's consistency right there. That's called dedication. He was committed to that.
It's just as bad as when I record talking on this phone and I'll pick it up and be like, I should probably cut this phone on. I'm playing, fool. You really?
When the girl said that, I screamed. And that part I was watching in the middle of the night. I screamed.
I did. Was like,
I could not believe it. I said, so he on the phone every day at 6:30 and ain't talking to nobody. You having a conversation.
But if she said she heard a voice, it had to be somebody, right?
She said that's the part I didn't get, but they said, just think when she talked to all them people, they said they hadn't talked to the men.
But it had to be somebody is what I'm saying, because she said I would hear him on the phone.
Yep.
But so then that's what I was thinking, y'all. Look, this is what I was thinking. Remember how you used to be able to call the time? I wonder if he did so. Who was the voice?
Who was he talking? But I wonder, did she think she was hearing somebody, but she
a party line? Could it be a party line? Do they still do that?
He was talking to an imaginary person. She said, I think she really wanted it to be her Prince Charming, so she ignored the red flags.
She said that.
She said she felt like it was her time. That part, I swear to God.
She said nobody ever paid her bills, nothing like that. And she was tired. She wanted the soft life.
She wanted the soft, and I'm not mad at her, but that made me tear up because I felt so bad for her. Like,
that punched me in my stomach. Like,
yeah, like I felt like it was, why can't it be my time yet? And that's why I pray to God that she get everything that
she been getting a lot of stuff.
He paid all, just think, he still did do stuff. He paid all her bills. She only had to focus on her stuff. He would still do stuff for her, give her money to go
get her out,
stuff done, taking her out. Like, he still
buying her stuff.
He just lied. Okay, Why would you lie about having all that money in your account and then to find out it was a screenshot? Like,
Ooh,
you
that's what I
lie
was
about
thinking, too.
everything. Why would you electrically sign something to say that you're going to pay a cash and you know that you don't have the money? Why do you have me going out there looking for houses and you literally know that you don't have no money to buy? Like, that's why I'm saying that he needs to be on medication.
Oh, for real. And then in Scammer Atlanta at that.
Girl.
That's the first thing I thought. Like, yikes.
But he's from Philly, so we should give him the Philly by way of Atlanta. Like Atlanta can't take all the heat on this.
Yeah, he grimy just from being from Philly, and then the scammer part, the grimy part came from Philly, and then the scammer part came from Atlanta. So
In California, he was never here. Okay, so take that off his resume.
Yeah. He was trying to make us. He was trying to make Californians look bad, but you wasn't even from California. You were private. Your daddy paid for you to be a private citizen. Like, who lies
San Diego State.
I never heard of that before. That's new.
Me too. Like, dang, I wonder if the dad was the FBI or something.
I'm telling you, everything that she was saying, I would be pausing and looking this stuff up because I'm like, I've never heard of this stuff.
And you know what I'm thinking about right now? That's so crazy. Like, if the dad paid for him to get into college, that's just like what them white folks did to get their kids into college. So were they?
But he was lying.
But lying,
he was saying that they paid for his identity to be concealed, though.
Yeah, but like she said, you play football and all of that, so they gotta know who you are. If you play football, you can't be private and you on the football team and all that.
A number.
Oh yeah, him taking her to the random grave sites. Like, who does this stuff? Oh, you see that grave site up there? That's where my grandma and grandpa was buried. You lied and said your grandma died from COVID and she had died literally like 10 years before that. 10 years before that.
That's crazy.
And then she literally said he was literally, bad off after he said that. You lied and said that your ex-wife's daughter died from COVID.
Oh, yeah. Now that I was like, wow.
You had a random woman take me to go get health care after my miscarriage. And you done told all my business because it's family. You a random woman, and she did it. I'll find out. That probably would be the only person I would want to find and choke out. Like, you was in my private business as if you was my sister-in-law, knowing my business and everything.
And the whole time y'all screwing.
I would want to find her.
But I knew that when she kept on saying that, I was like, that ain't no sister. I was waiting for that part to come out. Just think with the auntie, she thinking they had a baby. Like, you literally lie all day long. You're a VP, the company card. You going down there wasting people's time. Oh, give me wire information. Give me so tomorrow they'll send it to you. Oh, the realtors, we need proof of funds. No, I'm not showing you that.
Just that she was running with that one Chase letter was crazy to me.
And that only lasts only lasts for a year. That only
lasts for a whole year. It lasts for a couple months. That's why. But I appreciate, let's speak to her. She did keep saying, I didn't know enough about the process to know if, what can happen. But it's a couple months because your information fluctuates. You don't have that long. That's why when you get the letter in hand, you go straight to look for a house. Yeah. If it takes too long, you got to do it again.
I thought she heard him on the phone and it was just one-sided. Like,
see, she did. She was saying, I heard.
I don't know.
I wonder if it was that girl. I kept wondering, is somebody else helping him to do this? And that's who he's talking to or something. But the fact that he never took nothing from her was ridiculous, was crazy. Like,
it makes sense. And then, like, when he was in the place, who are you talking to all the time? Oh, I'm talking to the person at the job. Oh, is this what I need? Are they still here? Are they still there? Oh, they went home for today. Like, was he really talking to somebody?
No.
Like,
but I wonder if somebody else is on the other end. Like, what? I'm sorry. Who? Huh?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I would have to. He'll make you when somebody talk to somebody on the phone, be like, put it on speaker, nigga. Because at this point, I literally don't even believe you anymore. Like, come on.
Let me call for my phone. Shit.
Alana too, he said my heart dropped soon as he said that she was pregnant too. My
Girl, I
heart
thought I was
dropped.
gonna pass out. Like, oh no.
No, my heart dropped. But like I said last night, on everything I love, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she had a miscarriage or something. Like in
When
my
she said
heart,
she did, I was happy. I was
yeah, I was literally
relieved.
happy, and not happy because she had a miscarriage, but because she didn't have to have no
ties to him.
He didn't even want to leave. Somebody done told this fool, "Oh, you can go back home," and he was coming back home. Imagine if they had a baby. He would have took her for child support, then still staying there. Oh, y'all know that would have been
It
horrible.
would have. And then that's why I hate laws and stuff like that. Like, oh, if they live there for over 30 days, you can't legally put them out. But I'm telling you that I'm scared for my life. I'm telling you that I'm scared for my life. And y'all still telling me that this man can come here? Like, it's like they want something to happen to you. And then they be like, well, we had to follow the steps and procedures before X,
But
Y,
those
Z.
were put in place because too many people abuse shit. Everything is a thing because somebody did something, because of all the liars. But my question is, with something like that where death could be the end result, you're not that serious about child support or paternity tests or other things that are actually things you should get in trouble for. Faking, I'm trying to think if I can use the word sexual
Cancer.
abuse.
You
Like,
don't get in
yeah,
trouble
like,
for faking cancer. You should be in trouble for
yes.
that.
Like, it's no trouble for accusing somebody of physically doing something to you. You don't get nothing for that. But you got lost for something like this,
And
where
then
you're putting the danger in my house.
And then you see he had the nerves. I forgot to upload that video. He had the nerves to have a comeback video talking about he got a lawyer.
Don't play that video.
That he got an order for a cease and desist, and he's going to sue her for defamation of character.
Did he say he was suing her?
Yeah, he said everybody involved.
So this is what happened.
You should put his picture up so ladies can know.
It's not her. He's not suing her. He's suing this girl named Danny. This girl named Danny went out.
Danny girl that put it up. And
yes.
I feel like she was wrong for that. I don't care what
She's
nobody
wrong
says.
as hell. I won't go to her profile either.
So tell what happened, Asia, so everybody can know with Danny.
So when Tessa literally put out her videos, she clearly said she wasn't putting out anybody's name or anything like that. This girl who's also in that same realm of reporting, because that's what Tessa did first, went and found him and told her, hey, I found him, blah, blah. She literally went live and was like, I'm going to put it out there, blah, blah, blah. The girl asked her, Reesa asked her, please don't put that out. Just give me a couple of days first or whatever. And she still put it out. People have been attacking this girl. She's been on the Today Show, everything, and she still will not take it down, talking about somebody emailed me, inboxed me and said they wanted to put it up because people need to be safe. But what about the people that are scared for their life and know him? They need to be safe first. She literally did it so she could go viral, and she's making a lot of money.
And that's my thing. Even if you would have waited, she said wait a couple of days so she could get her affairs in order.
Yeah.
You could have waited a couple of days, even if you would have put it out today. You the one who found it, so you still would have had the exclusive and still made money off of it, but let her get it to where she's safe. But you worried about clickbait and all that. So I felt bad for her for that too, because she did good by not saying who he was or nothing. I was like, who these
family
people on social
wrote a family got death threats.
Yeah, I said these people on social media, on everything I love, the law enforcement and the FBI need to hire some people on social media because they solving crimes better than y'all.
I would have never been able to pick out that person, but I'm not nosy like that. But as a result, people are getting death threats. Addresses have been found. The ex-wife, who it was so bad for her, y'all, she changed her name when she separated from him, and now she has been found. The kids came forward that was a part of it and said that they was abused, choked out, all of these things. Girlfriends are coming out. All kind of people are coming out, but not because they wanted to. They came out because one Tessa was being called a liar after he was exposed. So they came out to help her. But then they also came out because people was coming to them like, I already know who you are. Because he was following them on his damn Facebook page. Some of them. How they found the wife, I don't know. She had changed her name and everything.
She changed her name. She was like, but to me, she was saying that she didn't want to be involved, but she kept on saying, I'm the first wife. I'm the first wife. Like that was something to be proud of.
Like you were the first dummy.
I'm the first wife. I'm the first wife.
It changed. That morning she came on and said, I don't want to do this. People is forcing me to do
it
it.
changed so
And then the
fast.
son said, Mom, I'm telling because this has still impacted my life. And we can't leave Reesa out there getting done like this. And we know she's telling the truth, the grown son. So he went live. She got mad at him. And then I guess she got a fever of the social media fame. And she's in entertainment. So then she decided to go live. They said from morning to afternoon, her whole, I didn't click on nobody else's
Girl, you know I'm nosy, so I did. So that's when I was like, shit.
No, I went to other people that have reposted it so they could get the credit for it. I didn't go to their actual page.
Oh yeah, I be wanting to go to the actual page, and just like I went to his actual page, talk about.
What was it?
Then he said, "This how you know he's still a liar."
What he did?
This came out. When did this come out?
When did this start? Last week.
It came out last week. This how he's still a liar. He said he's doing a movie to tell his part of it. He on day 6, and he's on day 16.
He's giving relationship advice as well, ladies. If you're looking for a man,
how are you on day 16 and this ain't even been out 16 days? How are you on day 16?
Does he mean he listened to day 16? I don't understand what day 16 means. Recording?
He said he's on day 16 of making his film, so he could tell his side.
8 days.
That's what I'm saying. It haven't even been out 16 days. It's barely probably been out. It haven't even been a week yet. It haven't even been a week yet. But he's on day 16 of filming to tell his part of the story.
He was already
maybe he's counting 8-hour shifts. Like if he worked 16 hours and that's 2 days.
No, he said day 16. He's on day 16.
So wait, how long was the story out before the lady actually put the story out? Like, so when the lady Tessa started recording a week ago, that was when it first came out? That's when it first hit the web?
Yeah.
Oh.
It came out like
probably like a couple days before her birthday.
Like 6 days ago. It hasn't been 7 days yet. It haven't even been 7 days yet. So that's why I'm saying he's a liar. Talk about he on day 16. Nigga, it ain't even been out 16 days.
And he wasn't even out at 16 days ago. He wasn't even out at day 1.
Yeah, so how are you telling your side of the story and giving relationship advice? When I seen his face on everything I love, I did not think that he was going to look the way he looked. I was just like, ugh. But another thing that was pissing me off is people saying about the girl, you should have known that you was getting played. Ain't no VP that making 6 figures going to deal with somebody that looked like you. I felt like that was very
mean.
That was very mean. Because it's like, okay, he's not even cute. So why would he not mess with her?
And that takes
bro, I even sent you one.
For her to come on camera and even tell her story, first of all. She didn't even have to tell her story. But then for her to come on camera how she was, made up.
But she's not ugly.
She's not ugly. Alondra talking about
even with no makeup. She's pretty.
He a fat Faison lie in my Cat Williams voice.
He's a fat Faison lie, exactly.
Wait, another red flag she learned too late was all the siblings said that they didn't mess with him. Plus, he had 0 friends. Yeah, he had.
But she thinking he did.
That's not a red flag because she thinking he talking to these people every single day. That's what I said. She didn't do enough investigating before they got
just moved in.
Yeah, it's like you did the day and time that we in, and then it was COVID then too, girl. We didn't have nothing but time to be nosy and to look.
So if they were still going out during COVID, then why couldn't they be in 2 separate households during?
Exactly.
I literally just thought about that.
And both of y'all live by yourself, so y'all could have went back and forth to each other. Yeah. It's not like y'all had a family.
Especially if corporate was.
So just and then looking at the other wives, they all look similar. Like they look like
he got a. Bro, did you know something else? Oh wait, have you heard the other girls?
Yeah.
Okay, so Reesa took classes in psychology. The other 2 girls did too. So I wonder if that was like a badge of honor for him to be able to psychologically manipulate somebody who's trained in that field. All of them have that same background. I was like, wait.
But that's all of them said. Just like all of them said, well, except for the one with the dreadlocks. The other lady, the first wife, was like they wasn't in good spaces and all that. Like he preyed on women that he probably felt had low self-esteem and was really looking for love, and that will overlook his red flags. Yep. But like I said, to me, he had a type, because them ladies all look the same to me. I don't care if they look like they could be related. Like, he has a type. He has a type. But my thing is, he's not even handsome or nothing. All that stuff on his face.
Do y'all want to know his parents actually held him accountable? So when the first wife was talking, she was like, when we was dating, he was telling me all this stuff. And although he was paying my bills and everything, something wasn't right. So I asked the mom when I finally met her, oh, your son told me this, this, and this. And she was like, baby, my son is a pathological liar.
Oh, no, not the mama told you.
And she still married him, no.
Girl, when she said that part, I was like, oh, I would have been too through. Like, nigga, it's over.
Well, you could have kept paying my bills, but I wouldn't have moved forward with him and married him if that's what you wanted to do.
Even
but you
with
married
her, it was the same thing. He was doing all this lying and all this. And
he was a producer.
Girl, that Amazon ring.
Oh yeah, the first one got a ring of praise. It was fake.
How did you find the same ring that your girlfriend wanted on Amazon for fake? That was a fake one.
He probably
dropped it in Google image.
Hell yeah, for real.
Like he did everything. Look, like he did everything else. He Googled everything
Google image. He could have been in IT and making a lot of money.
Remember, she said he was in IT on Apple. She said that he worked in IT, and I low-key kind of believed that he could, because he was very
or that was his dream, but he didn't take the time to get the certifications.
Yeah, because she said he worked in IT and Apple.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was saying, but she never saw no letter. She ended up finding out he worked at the cemetery.
At the cemetery? Wait, what?
That's where he knew where all the grave sites and stuff was at. Because he worked there. So this is my thing I'm going to tell y'all ladies. When y'all want to, even if it's not somebody that you meet online, even if you meet them in real life, pay that fucking $20 to do that background check. Because this right here, just think, even when he gave her the Social Security when they got married, that one came back nothing on his record. But when she needed it for his job, that's when she seen all the stuff that was coming back. So I feel like you need to, when you meet somebody, go on and pay that $20 so you can do that background check, so you won't have to go through all this stuff. At least she did take herself accountable for everything, and I feel like people should not put her down, because I will say every woman, I don't care if you say that you haven't, every woman have fell for some man and it would be a million red flags, and you still overlook them. So we can't say that she's stupid, because a lot of women have did that. She was just transparent enough to share it with the world.
Right. Even if it was just one, that one was bad enough or kept going. And she did, her decision making was really quick too. So we should give her credit for that. It was really quick. It wasn't, well, he paid my bills, so I got to stay. No, once it was like, oh, this is a definite lie. Oh, okay. No, this can't continue. So that's, a lot of women don't move that fast either. So give her credit, for real.
That is true. The fact that she was able to hold her composure around him, knowing that he was lying. It could have been me. We would have been in there. It would have been some furniture rearranging. Like that.
No, I can hold my stuff in. Like, we found out that she's an Aquarius. I can hold stuff in for a long time until I get.
I like to build it up.
Until I get all the information that I need, and then it's just.
And I can just as regular.
All hell is busting loose after that, but I can literally hold myself in. And when I found out she was an Aquarius, I said, "That's chances." Because we give people a million chances, especially if you love them and all that. We give them a million chances.
But that's also how she was able to cut it the way she did too. Exactly. Once it was over, it was like, I got it.
You done. Like,
and she went to all the answers too. She went to all the answers. Once the love was removed, her like she said, what did she say? I was the FBI, CIA. She got everything.
But she should have did that from the beginning. That's what it was. The men saying
they really have to do all that, bro. We don't think we got to do all of that.
Yeah, you don't. And this was some men was saying that's her fault. She was stupid, because she should have been able to look him up. She was able to upload 50 videos while she could look him up.
You can't do that. Do y'all think your information would be safe in all of our hands like that?
No,
really?
No.
It's people I don't fuck with. It's people that if I saw them, I would slap the shit out of them. I could get your information with no problem. My integrity won't allow me to do it. But imagine we work in, that's not even safe. It's not even smart. We can't just go in there and look at something. It's not you can't.
Wait, Alondra said Amazon rings. Wow, how did I miss that part? She said it at the end, Alondra, when she said she was gonna upload her ring. She said she went to go, I think get it appraised or something, and that's when she found out it was an Amazon ring. It was $39.
The wife.
That's that. I never understand why people do this. So like, you go through all this hassle just to fucking ruin. I mean, sorry,
to play with somebody.
Like,
that's why I be saying. And if she would have did something to him and low-key took his life, I feel like that the judge should let her go free because that's a crime of passion. Because you didn't play with me. You didn't play with me in my face for too long, and I finally just snapped. And like she said, he seen me look at that lamp, and he knew I wasn't playing. And he got up and was limping and everything. He got up out of there.
That's what I didn't understand too. Did she ever say what sickness he had to where he just?
She said she never. She said
she never found out.
She said she thought it was some kind of cancer or something, but it was some people in there in the comments were saying he probably had HIV or something.
But we see he look fine now. In his face, did he look sick to you?
He don't look sick to me now. You driving around talking about you doing movies and stuff, and you on day 16, so you ain't limping on.
He probably found a new lady to scam. Bless her heart.
But that's the only reason why I did say I wish when it first started, I was like, dang, she needs to show his face so he won't be able to do this to nobody else. But when she explained why, I said, okay, I get it. But
yeah, the other wife was scared.
Yeah, it needs to be some kind of way that, but I guarantee you it's still gonna be an idiot that's gonna give him the time of day. I know it is.
Oh, it's been on TikTok saying that she's lying. She doing this for clout. Ain't no way this happened. She just trying to ruin a black man. It's been women saying that, and I'm looking like, are y'all crazy? Do y'all see that even the kids came out? And those are, keep in mind, none of these people know her. They don't know anything about her. They're not jealous of her. They're supporting her. When she reached out to them, they did. Why would they lie for somebody they don't know? They're not getting paid from these videos or nothing. That doesn't make any sense. But women is saying it, that it's not the truth, that she's lying.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be somebody that still deal with him, and he gonna do the same thing to them. But on them, I wouldn't feel sorry because the whole world didn't watch this.
Right.
All races in different countries. But what I can say was a blessing that came out of this is now she gets to go to her dream place, which was London, like she always said, London and Paris. I did see it now that she was gifted that. And now I'm waiting for BMW to give her car. She kept on saying that she wanted that BMW. I was like, I hope she's blessed to get that. And then I hope she's blessed to get her Prince Charming, because I do feel like everybody deserves that. Now, when she said that she don't trust nobody from here on out, I felt her on that. Because now you in a high, like you're known all over the world and everything. And you now
she's about to be rich.
Yeah, and now you really don't know who want to be with you for you, or if they trying to get clout off of you. So now you don't know really who you can trust. And another A1 person in her story was her friend. I want to see who the friend is, the one that was taking her to the doctor's appointments and all that. She was a true friend. But I feel sorry for the lady, but I think that she will help a lot of women that see that they in that kind of situation and get out of it. I think so. What do you guys think in closing about the lady and what good came out of this?
I'll go first. I'm sorry. Okay, no, I think that I appreciate her coming out and telling her story, because somebody somewhere, she helped somebody somewhere, and even me, just to be more alert. But I think that was a great, true story. True life story.
And if y'all didn't watch it, go watch it. What do you think, Asia?
I'm grateful, like Alondra, that she came out of this okay. Out of all the other horror stories that other people have, she didn't get no hands put on her or nothing like that. But in karma world, that's my last thing I'll leave you with. In karma world, they say that the one that doesn't get done the worst is the one that will blow up your shit. So even in her full integrity, full poise, not putting down a black man, not playing complete victim, crying and all of that, even though she had a right to, right? She got the victory, and she got out what she needed to get out. Sometimes vindication is the best thing, but people need to pay attention to how you treat people, because it's gonna blow up, and it might be the one you never did nothing to. Y'all niggas need to quit lying.
And just lying for no reason. Like literally lying for
He wasn't
no.
even a scammer, so I still want to know that. That's my last. I would like to know that from him. Why did you do it? Because you took care of these women. You love bombed them. You gave them experiences they never had before. If you could have just turned on your switch and not been a liar, you could have been a good black man that really helped another black woman. And you did, but then you took it away because it was lies. I don't understand. You didn't get nothing out of it. I don't understand.
But like she said, he fed off of seeing her get excited about stuff that he knew that he wasn't gonna do for her. So that's what
his ego.
That's what he got off on.
Oh, okay.
And the other wife said that too. Like that's what he got off on, just lying and knowing he wasn't gonna do that, and they would be happy. So that's what he got off on telling those.
Oh, lies. Like being the savior. But see, he already was with paying the bills. He already. Okay. 2-parent households don't mean anything. That's my last.
So that's all we have for tonight. Asia, are you talking about that again tomorrow, or is we back next Tuesday? And she talks about it every day now on. Tell them, Asia, because you know I'll get to stand up. So.
It's okay. I go live at lunch and I do talk about it today. So the first day we did a recap so that everybody wouldn't be mean coming in. Today we did 1 through 5. Tomorrow we'll do 6 through 10. So every day until they are done, we're going to summarize them, but we're only going to talk about it, the big ones and the lessons to pull from them with me and Rose. We back to playing games and drinking tomorrow, child. We back to it. I need a drink. So join us if you want to.
Okay. I think I'll come on tomorrow. Precious, do you have anything coming up?
Yeah,
starting shit.
I'm coming live at the Ontario Comedy Club tomorrow night. No, I'm just playing. No, but thank you for having me on. Thank you, Asia. You guys have a good night.
You're welcome, pretty.
Alana said he is a psycho. They don't need Reese's to be cray-cray. He is a psycho, but he needs some kind of real medication and everything, and he needs to seek help. So that's all we're gonna talk about today, and we'll be back next Wednesday at 8 o'clock with other stuff that you guys want to talk about. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona. Bitch, I'm from Pomona.